entire equation, and I'm going to have, what happens if I multiply this right here? What will happen to that 3?
No way.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get rid of this. So I'm going to have 3 times 2x, which allows me to cancel that out, so I have 2x. If I multiply this by 3, my 3's cancel out, and I have 4y. And I have to remember to multiply this by 3, and I have a negative 21.
Wait, you want to multiply it by negative 3?
At this point, I didn't even look at it. I just wanted to get rid of my fractions. So had I done that, well, let me see. So here's my second equation. This was my original 1. Here's my 2. And I have a new equation. I'm just going to call it number 3 because it's new. It's different than what I had. Yes? Okay, so now I'm looking at equation number 2 and number 3, and I've got to figure out how am I going to eliminate one of them.
Multiply the top one by
Multiply the top one by what?
negative 4.
Negative 4, does that work for everybody? Negative 4. So I'm going to multiply this whole row by a negative 4. So I'm going to change number 2, equation number 2, and I am now going to have a negative 12x minus 4y is going to be what? A positive 36? Okay, what can I do now?
Eliminate.
Eliminate the what?
Or y.
The y's, okay? So remember, it's elimination. It's also known as linear combination, because now I'm going to combine what I have. And I have a negative 10x is equal to what? 515? And so I'm going to divide by negative 10. And x is equal to what? 3 halves? Negative 3 halves? Are we good with that? Was there any hocus pocus there? No hocus pocus? Okay, just a little math, love the math. So now what do I do with that x?
Plug it back in.
I'm going to plug it in. Okay, can I plug it into either 1 or 2? Pardon me?
First one.
I didn't understand you. You suggest not a fraction? We are using a fraction. I corrected your homework.
No, the equation, the one that doesn't contain
Have the fractions, got it.
But
So
it
you're
uses the fraction when
suggesting,
you get rid of the-
let's use number 2. So now I have 3x plus y equals a negative 9. I'm saying that x is equal to,
Wait, so you can plug in the answer to whichever problem you want?
sure.
Okay, the other day, yesterday.
That was in substitution. In substitution, if you rearrange it, you can't rearrange it and stuff it into itself. Okay? In substitution, you rearrange one and you plug it into the other. In this case, I have solved for x. Now I'm going to plug it in, and I have what? Negative 9 halves plus y is equal to a negative 9. 9 halves plus 9 halves. Oh boy, we gotta add. What do I have? 4 1/2?
Gosh.
All right, so I have a negative 9 plus 4 1/2 is going to be what?
13.
So, oh yeah?
Yeah. Oh.
No, negative 5, 4.5.
4 1/2, a negative 4 1/2, and negative 4 1/2 is equal to what? 9 halves? Yes, no, maybe?
Negative 9.
Negative 9 halves. Any hocus pocus here with those fractions?
I got that part of it.
Okay, well then let's go and check our work.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, I'm going to pick the one that maybe doesn't have the fractions in it, because I know you don't like fractions. So let's go with 3x plus y is equal to a negative 9. We know that x, 3 times a negative 3 halves, plus negative 9 halves. Oh, look at this, isn't this nice? Okay, and I am going to have, what? Negative 9 halves plus 9 halves is negative 9.
Wait, but don't you have to use the fraction
Where-
right now
where
instead of
X
using
go?
3x plus y?
I solved for x. I plugged it in.
Where'd y go?
I solved for y and I plugged y in.
Oh, we're plugging I.
I'm just checking. I'm just checking. I solved for x, I solved for y. Right now I want to say, okay, do these numbers make sense? And so I'm plugging them in and I have what? Negative 18 halves, which is equal to negative 9.
Would you have to plug it in to the other one too? The other, what's it called?
I could,
Equation?
yes, okay, I solved a system of equations. I plugged it in once. I could do it into the other one. The original equation was what? Was it 2/3 times x? Oh boy, look at that. These are so neat,
They are.
right? And then what was the other one? Plus 4/3, what's y?
9 halves.
9 halves is going to equal a negative 7. So what happens here? What do I have?
1.
Negative 1. And this is going to be a negative 36 over 4, which is equal to what?
36 over 6.
Over 6, sorry.
6.
Over 6, which is equal to
6.
negative 6. A negative 1 and a negative 6 is equal to a negative 7. Okay, so talk to me. Tell me where your errors were.
No idea.
What?
Negatives.
You did that and you were good or you got lost? You were good.
I messed up the negative.
So what is it?
I had like a 3.5 spot. I messed up the negative second. They were wrong.
Okay, you gotta be careful. You really, really need to be careful with your positive and negatives. Okay, Brad, do you have any questions?
This was number 9, wasn't it?
This
Or
one,
not 9,
this was,
14. Yeah. Yeah, I get
14.
it now. I don't know where I went wrong, but.
okay, so what are you going, so your homework tonight is to redo that problem. You have to practice them and see, if I got it wrong, I need to be able to do it right. Now, I just zoomed through it, but you need to be able to go through it and get it right, because do you think I'm gonna give you a problem that's gonna have fractions?
No.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I promise you, cross my heart. How's that go? I hope that I stick a needle in my eye. I am gonna give you one with a fraction. Okay?
But is it negative 9 plus 9 over 2? Wait, never mind.
Okay? So I'd like to move on to another problem.
12?
Number 12.
Yes, please.
Okay. This is the word problem. And in this particular problem,